Hello everyone, this is Hades at Hades Gaming. Welcome back to the channel, and if you do like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. We always put out as much Call of Duty content as we can per week. But let's get talking about Black Ops Cold War, because the beta does start this Thursday for early access if you pre-ordered the game. As a reminder, there are multiple versions of the game, including the regular edition, the cross-gen bundle, and obviously the ultimate edition for Black Ops Cold War. The beta will start on Thursday, as I just said, for PlayStation 4 users only, and will go through the weekend to Sunday for PlayStation users only. And on the 10th of this week, you will actually be able to play the beta completely for free on PlayStation. You don't have to pre-order it or anything. And then next week, it will be available on all platforms, so PlayStation will get a second weekend to actually play the game. But why the hell am I playing Black Ops 4? I'm just going to be straight up with you. Black Ops 4 is the closest thing to Black Ops Cold War that we've got. It's the most recent Treyarch game, and I thought I'd just bring you some free-for-all and just play something different, because I did spend a lot of time playing this game, and I did enjoy it for the most part, but then they started introducing microtransactions and putting in remade maps, and I was just like, you know, this is starting to get boring to me. As you can see, I did get pretty far in the game, and I'm taking advantage of the double XP playlist they have in Black Ops 4 right now for every single playlist. But overall, Black Ops 4 was a very divisive game. The microtransactions were terrible. You know, the Black Ops Pass where you had to pay for all the maps and stuff, which was completely taken away with Modern Warfare, thank God. And you know, people really started to hate Black Ops because it just became something it never was. They started introducing superhero costumes for the specialists at the end, and I was like, no, that's not for me. I think they were piggybacking off of Marvel for that, but you know, at the end of the day, Black Ops 4 could have been something great. It could have been so much better than it was if they didn't focus so much on specialists and actually put a campaign in there. They never put a campaign of Black Ops 4, which really didn't make any sense to me, because the Black Ops 3 campaign was just garbage. It really was. But the weapons in this game were really good. I mean, at least, you know, now you can actually earn the weapons via playing the game. You don't just have to buy the weapons outright. And, you know, they have deals in the store and everything like that. So it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's definitely one of those games that you have to come back to sparingly. It's like junk food. You don't really want to have too much of it, because then it ruins the taste of it and it just kind of makes you not want to play it ever again. But Black Ops 4 in 2020 is surprisingly populated. There are a lot of people playing this game, and that might be just because they hate Modern Warfare. There's actually a lot of people out there playing this game on YouTube because they hate Modern Warfare and all the camping and stuff. But I did come back to it and I did enjoy it. Would I recommend going back to it? Only if you're bored with Modern Warfare. That's what I would say. I would say go back and play this game if you're really, really bored. Probably one of the biggest things that I have a problem with as far as Black Ops 4 is concerned is they tried to remake maps by adding, you know, floods and night modes and things like that. I didn't really understand why they did that instead of just adding new maps. There was a heavy focus on Blackout in this game, and Blackout is a battle royale mode, and as you know, I don't really play battle royale modes because I don't really like the fact that you have to, you know, go up against 100 other players, and if you don't win, you know, you get eliminated. You can't respawn it. I don't like non-respawn game modes. That's just how I am. But if you really want to play Black Ops 4, I'd say go back and play it, because you know, we really have a lot coming for us as far as Black Ops Cold War is concerned. We're actually very spoiled when it comes to Black Ops Cold War. So I really would just try to go back and play it, if nothing else, to prepare for the beta, because the health is the same, you know, the life bars are the same, and you know, I feel like it's very close to the same feel as Black Ops 4, but you know, it's still a fun game to play when you're bored. It's not one of those games that I would consider maining at this point, because you know, as I said, the microtransactions are still there. It completely went away from the original Black Ops feel, and I have that game too, but you know, I can't really find a map in that, or you know, any kind of match in that. It just didn't really make any sense for me to go back and play that. So what I'm gonna say now is that, you know, Black Ops 4 was fun for a year. It got better over time. It was a lot of fun for the first year, and then it kind of got boring more towards the end. I'd say the 9th or 10th month within the life cycle, I'd say it got pretty boring. The time to kill is ridiculously fast. I didn't like the addition of body armor and stim shots and all that stuff that made it feel like Overwatch. Honestly, if you go back and you play that, Overwatch is a very hero focused game, and I feel like they tried to kind of rip off Overwatch with this game. But as I said, it is fun to play if you're going to play just like free for all or team deathmatch. There is a double XP playlist going on right now, and I think that that's pretty useful, especially when you want a prestige. And that's another thing. I really wanted to go back and prestige again, because you know, there's no prestige system in Modern Warfare, and that really drives me nuts. I hope that they bring back the prestige system, and I also hope that, you know, that the game is just, you know, a little bit different than Black Ops 4. If nothing else, I wanted to go back to the more realistic feel, and I understand people will say, you know, hey, we want reactive camos and stuff. Well, yeah, if you want to purchase them, that's fine, but I still think that the base game should have non-reactive camos. I think that that's very, very important, and I think that they should stick to reality on this one. We don't really know what we're going to see within the beta, but you know, I expect some serious changes, especially for the sniper rifles, because the ADS speed on that gun, or any of those guns, was just ridiculous. I honestly think that they should not have used the alpha to test those, because I have a very sinking feeling that the snipers are not going to be any different in the beta, though Tony Flame, who's actually one of the developers over at Treyarch, has been saying, you know, it feels completely different. There's going to be a completely new feel to it. I am very skeptical of that because it was such a short amount of time, and he did say, you know, you don't know what this team can do in a short amount of time, but this, you know, it doesn't feel right. I feel something very eerie about the beta coming along. I do like the fact that everybody gets to play it, especially, you know, with the fact that alpha was only available on PS4 and only available for 2 days. I think that that was kind of bullshit. I think that Xbox players should have at least gotten a taste of the alpha before they actually sat down and played the beta, because, you know, we kind of have an unfair advantage, especially if it's crossplay. We have a seriously unfair advantage, at least on 3 of the maps, or 4 of the maps at this point. So I want them to introduce all the maps within the beta. I want all the maps in there so we get a feel of how they play, where the spawn points are, where, you know, the heated lanes are, you know, where the most activity is going to be. That's what I want from the beta. And obviously the beta is going to have a leveling system, but it does appear that it will not have anything to do with the actual release leveling system. Tony Flame did say that. Now that doesn't make any sense to me. I think that, you know, why would you change the leveling system within the actual, you know, the game itself at the start of it after you just put it in the beta as something different? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and that does annoy me. But overall, I'm really excited for the beta. I know a lot of people are still interested in Modern Warfare, and it will live out its life cycle, but the beta has got to bring some serious changes and will definitely be the closest thing that we have to the release format, obviously. But at the end of the day, the beta is just going to be, you know, a beta test. It's the same thing as the alpha, but, you know, people will say, oh, you know, it's the same thing as the release. It's not at the end of the day, especially if they're changing the leveling system. And I'm sorry for the birds in the background, they just will not shut up. Anyway, guys, this is Hades Gaming. If you are looking forward to the beta, I would pre-order it now, and you can also preload the game on your PS4 right now. I'm sorry, Xbox users, that we get an extra weekend, but that's just how it is. Anyway, if you did like the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is Hades Gaming, signing off. Have a good one, guys.